Dear students, in this video, we are going to have a look at some really good level questions based on the concepts of time, speed and distance. So these questions will not only help you revise, but will also help you grasp the advanced level concepts, and you will also gain a few shortcuts. So let's see. So here's the first question. A cat takes 7 steps for every 5 steps of a dog. So what does this mean? In the time when, or you can say the time that cat takes to take 7 steps is exactly equal to the time taken by the dog to take 5 steps. So the time is same. So in same time, cat takes 7 steps, dog takes 5 steps. What else? But 5 steps of a dog are equal to 6 steps of a cat. What is meant by this statement that 5 steps of a dog are equal to 6 steps of a cat? So this basically means that in one step they are not covering same distance. It is not necessary that step means equal amount of distance is covered in step. So 5 steps of dog. So let in one step the dog is covering distance D and the cat is covering distance C. So 5 steps of dog, that means 5 into D, this distance he is going to cover in 5 steps. So this distance is said to be equal to 6 steps of cat. 6C. So from here you can see that D upon C is equal to 6 upon 5. So you can assume that in one step dog is covering 6 centimeter and in one step the cat is covering 5 centimeter. You can safely assume based on this ratio. So question is, what is the ratio of speed? So in 7 steps, what is the total distance that this cat would cover? 7 into 5, 35 centimeter. And what distance this dog would cover? So we have assumed that dog covers 6 centimeter in one step. He is taking 5 steps. So 5 into 6 centimeter. So 30 centimeter. What does this mean? It means in the time the cat covers 35 centimeter, the dog covers only 30 centimeter. So the ratio, this is the ratio. What is speed? Speed is distance per unit time. So here the time is same for the cat and the dog. So this distance covered will give you an indication of the ratio of their speeds because time is same. So this ratio 7:6. A person has to cover a distance of 6 kilometers in 45 minutes. If he covers 1/2 of the distance in 2/3 of the total time. To cover the remaining distance in the remaining time, his speed must be equal to what? So what is being said? A person was going somewhere, so he was supposed to cover 6 kilometers in 45 minutes. But what has he done? He covers 1/2 of the distance. 1/2 of the distance means he covers 3 kilometers in 2/3 of the total time. 2/3 of the total time means 2/3 of 45 minutes, that is 30 minutes. So it means he has already covered, so he has already covered 3 kilometers in 30 minutes. So it means he needs to cover another 3 kilometers. He needs to cover 3 kilometers. So 3 more kilometers are remaining. 3 kilometers in how much time is left? 15 more minutes are left because total time is 45 minutes. 35 minutes already wasted. So he needs to cover 3 kilometers in 15 minutes. So what will be his speed? So 15 minutes, we have to find the speed in kilometer per hour. So convert 15 minutes into hour. So 15 minutes is equal to 1/4 of an hour. So therefore speed is equal to distance upon time. So 3 kilometer, he has covered 3 kilometer in 1/4 hour. So 3/4, that is 12 kilometers per hour is the speed, required speed. A man takes 5 hours 45 minutes in walking to a certain place and then runs back to the starting point. He would have saved 2 hours by running both ways. The time he would take if he walked both ways is equal to what? So a good question. Let us understand what is being said here. So there are 2 points A and B. So what a person is doing, that while going from A to B, he is walks. So he walks, whereas while returning back, while coming back, he is run. So what is the difference between running and walking? So when you run, you are having more speed. So if you are running at higher speed, you are going to take less time. So in this case, while running, you require less time. It is said he would have saved 2 hours by running both ways. He would have saved 2 hours by running both ways. So if while coming also he would have run, instead of walking, he would have run, he would have saved 2 hours. It simply means to walk one way, he took 2 hours more as compared to running one way, because it is said if he runs both ways, then the difference. So he is already running while returning, so the difference is created in this first half. So now the question is, instead of running, what if he comes back walking as well? The time he would take if he walk both ways. So if this time he goes walking and comes back walking, so now he is going to take more time. So what is the difference between one way running and one way walking? 2 hours. So he was already taking 5 hours 45 minutes. He was already taking. Now he will take 2 more hours plus 2 hours. So final answer is 7 hours 45 minutes. Next time you see this question, you don't have to solve it. Please understand what happened. This difference is given, difference of 2 hours. This you simply add 5 plus 2, 7 hours 45 minutes. Because even after you solve, you will reach the same conclusion, that what was saved in case 1 had to be added in case 2. So 2 hours which was saved will now get added. Let's take another example. Alok walks to a viewpoint and returns to the starting point by his car, and thus takes a total of 6 hours 28 minutes. He would have gained 1 hour 44 minutes by driving both ways. How long it would have taken for him to walk both ways? Same concept. What you are gaining, now you have to add that. So 6 hours 28 minutes, you have to add 1 hour 44 minutes. So this is equal to 7 hours. So 72 minutes, 7 hours 72 minutes. So that is equivalent to 72 minutes is equal to what? 1 hour. So 8 hours 12 minutes. When Saurav increases his speed from 20 kilometers to 25 kilometers per hour, he takes 1 hour less than the usual time to cover a certain distance. What is the distance usually covered by him? So let's see. So two cases, case 1 and case 2. Different speeds in different cases. So here speed is 20 kmph, whereas here the speed is 25 kmph. So when your speed is less, you are going to take more time, or you can say when your speed is more, you take less time. So in this case, he is taking 1 hour less. So let's suppose here the time is t hours. So here he is taking 1 less hour. So t minus 1 hours. But the distance is same. For both these persons, the distance is same. Distance is equal to speed into time. The distance is same for both these persons. It means 20 into t should be equal to 25 into t minus 1. So 20 and 25 you can cancel. 4t is equal to 5t minus 5. So from here t comes out to be equal to 5. It means initially he took 5 hours and he was traveling at a distance of 20 kilometers per hour. So therefore original distance or total distance is equal to 20 into 5, 100 kilometers. A car travels the first 1/3 of a certain distance with a speed 10 kilometers per hour, next 1/3 with speed of 20 kilometers per hour, and last 1/3 with a speed of 60 kilometers per hour. The average speed of the car for the whole journey is equal to what? So choose some convenient figure as distance. Since the speed 10, 20 and 60, so choose the LCM. 10, 20 and 60. LCM is 60. So 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. So choose the total distance as 180 kilometers. So 60 kilometers, 60 kilometer and 60 kilometer. So what is this guy doing? He travels first 1/3 at speed 10 kilometers per hour. So this 1/3, that's why I have kept it equal 60, 60, 60. So this portion he is traveling at the rate of 10 kmph. This one at the rate of 20 kmph and this one at the rate of 30 kmph. So we have to find the average speed. Total distance 180 kilometers. Total time. Time to cover this patch 60 by 10, 6 hours. Time to cover this patch 60 by 20, 3 hours. Time to cover this patch 60 by 30, 2 hours. So that is equal to 11 hours. So therefore average speed, total distance by total time. So 180 by 11. So a car travels the first 1/3 of a certain distance with a speed of 10 kilometers per hour. Next 1/3 with a speed of 20 kilometers per hour. And the last 1/3 distance with a speed of 60 kilometers per hour. The average speed of the car for whole journey is equal to what? So 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. So choose the figures conveniently. So I have chose each patch of 1/3, 1/3 to be equal to 60 kilometers. Why? Because I saw these figures 10, 20 and 60. So the strategy was to choose such a distance which is divisible by 10 as well as 20 as well as 60. So this is the total distance. So what this guy is doing? He covers first one third, that means this much, at a speed of 10 kilometers per hour, 10 kmph. The other one third at 20 kmph, and the last one third at the rate 60 kmph. So total distance 60 plus 60 plus 60, 180 kilometers. What is the total time that he took to cover this patch? What is the time he took? 60 by 10, 6 hours. Here 60 by 20, that means 3 hours. And to cover this patch, 60 by 60, that means 1 hour. So total time 10 hours. Now what is the average speed? 180 total distance by total time. So that is 18 kph. The distance between two towns is x kilometers. A car traveling between two towns cover first k kilometer at an average speed of y kmph and the remaining distance at z kmph. The time taken for the journey is equal to what? So let's see. The distance between two towns is x kilometers. So let this be total distance. Distance is equal to x kilometers. A car is traveling, covers first k kilometers, that means first k kilometers. So from here to here it is k. So this distance, remaining distance must be x minus k, because total distance is x. So this portion from here to here, he was traveling at a speed of y kilometers per hour. So y kmph. And this remaining distance at z kilometers per hour. So z kmph. What is the question? Total time taken. So total time taken. What is the time taken to cover this patch? Distance by speed. So k by y. What is the time taken to cover this much? Distance is x minus k. Speed is z. So time taken is distance by speed. So this is the total time taken. First patch plus second patch. So which option? K by y plus x minus k upon z. So this is the correct answer. A train approaches a tunnel AB. Inside the tunnel is a cat located at a point that is 3/8 of the distance measured from the entrance A. When the train whistles, the cat runs. If the cat moves to the entrance of the tunnel A, the train catches the cat exactly at the entrance. If the cat moves to the exit B, the train catches the cat exactly at the exit. The speed of the train is greater than the speed of the cat by what order? So let us understand what is the meaning of this question. So suppose this is the tunnel. This is a tunnel. A cat is located somewhere here at a point that is 3/8 of the distance AB. So if this is A, this is B, let the total distance be 8x. So a cat is at such a distance that she is 3/8 of the total distance of the two ends of the tunnel. Now a train is about to enter this tunnel. So let's suppose this is the train. Train is moving. So cat heard the whistle. These are the two ends of the tunnel. Now cat understood that train is coming. Now cat has two options. Either the cat will try to come out from this route, because it is a tunnel, so it has to come out, otherwise it will be crushed under the train. So two options to come out, either coming out this way or coming out this way. If cat chooses to use this door to come out, that means it is moving towards the same side from which the train is coming, then what happens? Both the train and the cat meet at the door of the tunnel. If cat chooses to go through the other door, if the cat chooses the other exit, what does this mean? It means cat will also be moving in the same direction in which the train is moving. In that case, again coincidentally, both the train and cat will meet at the exit, exactly at the exit. So the question is, if the speed of the train is more than the speed of the cat, then you have to find that the speed of the train is how many times greater than the speed of the cat. This is the question. So let's draw a proper diagram. So here is the diagram. So these are the two end points of the tunnel, A and B. So let's assume the total distance to be 8x. Why are you assuming this to be equal to 8x? Because we need to find 3 by 8. So basically it's convenient if we make it a multiple of 8. So the distance between A and B can be written as 8x. So this distance, this much is 3x and this distance is 5x. So this much is 3x. Let the distance between the train and the first entry point be D. So let this distance be equal to D. Fine. So assume that the speed of train is a times the speed of the cat. A times the speed of the cat. Now if my speed is 2 times your speed, what does that mean? It means I would be able to cover twice the distance you would be able to cover in same time. So if someone's speed is a times the other speed, so he is going to cover a times the distance in same time. So now look at case 1. Case 1, when the cat is using this strategy, this exit. So you can say in the time the cat travels 3x, the train traveled D, because both have to meet at the entry point. So you can say in the time the cat is traveling distance 3x, the train is traveling D, and D will be a times more than 3x. So you can say D has to be a times, because we have assumed that the speed of the train is a times the speed of the cat. So D should be equal to a times of a into 3x. So D is equal to 3ax. Now consider case 2, this case. So case 2 means the cat is trying to exit through the other entrance. So in the time the cat travels 5x, in the time the cat has traveled 5x, the train has traveled D plus 8x, D plus 8x, and this D plus 8x should be a times of this, So 5x into a. So I can write 5ax is equal to this much. Now instead of D we can write 3ax. So replace this D with 3ax. So 5ax is equal to 3ax plus 8x. Now bring this 3x this side. So it means 2ax is equal to 8x. Now cancel x. X cancel. A is equal to 4. A is equal to 4 means what? Speed of train and speed of cat. So speed of train is 4 times the speed of the cat. That's why ratio will be equal to 4 is to 1. So this is the final answer. Let's see this one. A runs 1.75 times as fast as B. If A gives B a start of 60 meters, how far should the winning post be so that A and B reach there at the same time? Now, as per the data given, A is a better runner. A runs fast because it is said that A runs 1.75 times as fast as B. So if somebody runs 1.75 times as fast as the other person, so it basically means given the same amount of time, the first person will cover 1.75 times more distance. So A knows that he runs fast. That's why he gives B a start of 60 meter. Giving somebody a start of 60 meters means what? So they both are participating in a race and A knew that he runs fast. So therefore he gave B an advantage. A start of 60 meters, that means he asked B to stand 60 meters ahead. So this is the finishing point. This is the finishing point. So they both want to reach the finishing point together. That's why he gave B an advantage, that since you are a slow runner, so I am giving an advantage to you. You stand a bit ahead of me. So this is what is known as giving a start. Question is, how far should the winning post be? So how far should the winning post be? This is the starting point. This is the starting point from where A has started to run. So how far should the winning post be? That means what should this distance be equal to if they both want to reach the finishing line simultaneously? Now coming to the fact that A runs 1.75 times as fast. So if A runs 1.75 times as fast, it means he must have covered 1.75 times the distance in the same time. So this basically means the distance covered by A, since A has to run from start to end. So what is the distance covered by A? The total distance, total length of the track. So D must be 1.75 times the distance covered by B. So what is the distance covered by B? This is D minus 60 because he was standing 60 meters ahead. So let's solve this. 1.75, if you remove this decimal, you can write it this way. So 175 and 100 both are multiples of 25. So cancel them out. So 7 by 4. So this means 4D is equal to 7D minus 420. So switching the sides of variable. So 3D is equal to 420. So from here you can conclude that D is equal to 420 upon 3. So that is equal to 140 meters. So the final answer is 140 meters. The wheels of bicycles A and B have radii 30 centimeter and 40 centimeter respectively. While traveling a certain distance, each wheel of A required 5,000 more revolutions than each wheel of B. If bicycle B traveled this distance in 45 minutes, then its speed in kilometers per hour is equal to what? Now let's understand the essence of this question. So you have two wheels of different size. So two wheels A and B. So in fact, A is the smaller one. So this is A. Its radii is 30 centimeter and the radii of this one is, radius of this one is 40 centimeter. This is will be radius of 40 centimeter. What is being said? While traveling a certain distance. So by the way, what is the distance covered by a wheel in one revolution? In one revolution, because wheels are given to take vehicle forward. So in one revolution, distance covered by a wheel, distance covered by a wheel is equal to its circumference. So it is given here, each wheel of A required 5,000 more revolutions than each wheel of B. Why? Because here the circumference is small, less. So here this wheel will have to rotate more number of times. To take you to the same distance, this wheel have to rotate more number of times. So that's why it is being said that the smaller wheel, which is A, rotates 5,000 more times as compared to the other one. So now let's see the total distance covered by wheel A. Total distance covered by both the wheels are same. Total distance covered by both wheels are equal. So wheel A, smaller one, wheel B, bigger one. So this wheel is rotating 5,000 times more. So let this rotate n times. So the second wheel or the smaller wheel is rotating n plus 5,000 times. Here the radius is 30 centimeter, and here the radius is 40 centimeter. We have to find the speed in kilometers per hour. So it's better if you convert centimeter into kilometer. So 1 centimeter is equal to 1 by 1 lakh of a kilometer. Why? Because 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters and 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So you can say that 1 kilometer is equal to 1 lakh centimeter. Therefore, 1 centimeter is equal to 1 upon 1 lakh kilometer. So let's convert 30 centimeter and 40 centimeter into kilometers. So total distance traveled equal. So let's see total distance traveled by wheel A. So it has rotated n plus 5,000 times into its circumference. Circumference is 2 pi into r. Radius is 30 by 1 lakh. This has to be equal to the distance covered by the second wheel. Second wheel rotated n times into its circumference. Circumference is 2 pi. Radius is 40 by 1 lakh. So let's find out the value of n. So 2 pi cancels, 1 lakh cancels, this 0 cancels. So from here 3n plus 15,000 is equal to 4n. So from here you can see that n is equal to 15,000. So n is equal to 15,000. What have we to calculate? If a bicycle B traveled this distance in 45 minutes, then its speed. So we have to find the speed of this bicycle. We know that n is equal to 5,000. It means wheel B rotated 5,000 times. So distance covered by wheel B, distance covered by B is equal to 5,000 into circumference. Circumference is 2 pi r, radius is 40 centimeter, but we have to convert that into kilometers. So 40 by 1 lakh. N is equal to 15,000, not 5,000. So this is 15,000. So as we have solved here, n has come out to be 15,000. So this is the total distance covered by B. and B has covered this distance in 45 minutes. So 45 minutes. We better convert this into hour because we have to find speed in terms of kilometer per hour. So better we convert this into hour. So 45 minutes is equal to 3/4 of an hour, 3/4 of an hour. So distance by time will give you the speed of B. So divide this by time. Time is 3/4. So 3/4. So this 4 will go and get multiplied here. So let's solve this. You will get the value. So let us now solve. Let's find the final value. So 15,000 into 2 pi. 15,000 into 2 pi into 4 divided by 1 lakh into 4 divided by 3. So if we solve this, we will get the speed of B in kilometers per hour because we have already converted all the units into kilometer and hour. So let's solve this. These 3 zeros and these 3 zeros will get cancelled. Okay, this is 40 centimeter. So this because radius was 40. So this 0 and another 0 will get cancelled. Now 3 and 15 will get cancelled. 5 into 2, 10. So this 10 and this 10 also get cancelled. So final answer, pi into 4 into 4. So that is equal to 16 pi kilometers per hour. So final answer, 16 pi kilometers per hour. A train moves at a speed which is 50% more than the speed of a car. Both start from the point P and simultaneously they arrive at a point Q which is 120 kilometers away from P. While on the way, however, the train lost about half an hour while taking halt at the stations. The speed of the car is equal to what? So very good question. So I insist that you should pause this video, first give it a try on your own, and then you refer to the solution. So now let's see. A train moves at a speed which is 50% more than the speed of the car. So two entities, train and a car, both are moving from P to Q. So there is a point P and there is a point Q. So they are 120 kilometers away. So this distance is 120 kilometers. This is already known. Both start from the point P simultaneously. They start together and also reach together. They start simultaneously and arrive at P same time. So they start together, they reach together. How is that possible? If they start together and reach together, it means their speed must be same. But in the question it is given that train moves at 50% more speed. So why this is happening? This is happening because the train has to stop. The train is taking halt, whereas the car is traveling non-stop. Car travels non-stop. So let's suppose car traveled for T hours. So if car traveled for T hours, so what is, for how many hours did the train travel? It is said the train lost about half an hour. So time taken by train would be equal to what? The train has taken half hour less. So T minus half. This is the time taken by train. The train is moving at a speed which is 50% more. So you can assume assume speeds of car and train to be equal to u and 1.5 u, because speed of the train is 50% more. Now what is common between these two entities? What is common between train and car? They both are covering same distance. Distance is same. Distance is same. So car, time taken t hours, speed u. Whereas for the train, time taken t minus half, speed 1.5 u. But the distance is same. So distance is equal to, distance is speed into time. So you can say t into u should be equal to t minus half into 1.5 u. So if you cancel this u with this one, so what do we get? T is equal to 1.5 t plus 1.5, or you can say 3 by 4 minus 3 by 4. So from here, if you switch sides of variable, so t by 2 is equal to 3 by 4. From here it can be concluded that t is equal to 3 by 2 or equal to 1.5 hours. It means the car traveled for 1.5 hours, whereas the train traveled for t minus half hours. So it means train took 1.5 minus 0.5 hours. So that is equal to 1 hour. Distance the train traveled. What was the distance between P and Q? So distance between P and Q is 120 kilometers, and we know that the train has taken, okay, we have to find the speed of the car. So car has taken 1.5 hours. So speed of the car 120, distance, time 1.5. So this is the speed. So 1200 by 15, so 80 kmph.